everyone, I'm so excited for today's video because Juvias Place came out with a new palette. I have it right here. I ordered it when it launched. I think it was just like a pre-launch or something. Maybe I just got lucky to be able to get this, but I have it in my hands and I'm so excited. We're gonna go ahead and try this out today. We're gonna do some swatches, all the same stuff that I always do in my first impression videos. If you want to know more information about this palette, I will leave a link to the website down below so you can go check that out. But if you, for whatever reason, missed that this was going to be launched, let me show you this beautiful palette. The slip is about to fall out. This is what the palette looks like. So, I mean, it's kind of like a different rainbow palette, if you will. I mean, I really like this. I know a lot of people were disappointed when they saw this get sneak peek because they were like, oh, we've seen this before, like this is nothing new. But the reason why I'm so excited for this is that I feel like it's been forever since Juvias Place came out with like an actual, colorful palette. I feel like the last one they came out with that was kind of colorful was the Tri palette, but even that one was like half greens and half browns, and so I feel like it's been a really long time since they came out with something pretty colorful. So I am just really excited about this. Like, I want to try out all of these shades today. I'm gonna first go ahead and swatch it like I said. I did take it out of the packaging because it came packaged like any other Juvias Place palette. It just came in like a box that had a bubble wrap inside of the box, and then the box was exactly the same as the palette itself. Same information on the back, same everything, so I didn't want to keep it and, save some time anyway to unpack everything. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch this palette, just kind of see how it performs. I'm expecting it to perform like any other Juvias Place palette, so let's just go ahead and do these swatches. So after seeing the swatches, I'm sure some of you are like, that doesn't really look like the best swatches, because, I mean, to be fair, they don't really swatch that good, but Juvias Place in general do not have the best swatch formula, but I find that when they apply on the eyes, they're just so smooth, so easy to build, so blendable, so pigmented. So, I mean, swatches, I don't really care about the swatches. Honestly, the only shade that got me really excited was this blue, because this is stunning. I can't wait to put that on my eyeballs. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with my Smashbox Lid Primer in Light, which looks like this, and then we're gonna get into this. I think I want to find a way to use all of these shades on my eyes today, like that's gonna be the plan, so we're just gonna have to wait and see how that works out, but let me just think about it for a little bit and then we'll get straight into it. Alright, so I think where I want to start off is I want to take the yellow and I want to put that into my crease as my transition shade. I haven't like really figured out how I want to use all of these shades. I don't know if I will end up using all of these shades, but I think I'm first going to go ahead and dip into the yellow, and I'm going to put that in the first like 2/3 or so of my crease. And if you see a little bit of glitter specks in here, I think there was some glitter on the brush that I blended out my primer with. Don't know how that happened, but now I have glitter on this side. We're just going to ignore that. So I'm just going to not even try to pronounce these names because I know how some people are when I mispronounce names in Juvias Place palettes. So we're just going to avoid that because it's a lot easier for me to just say yellow and you're still going to know what I mean. So I'm just going to go ahead and pack this yellow, like I said, in the first like 2/3 or so of my crease here. Like I said, I haven't really like figured out exactly how it is that I want this look to be, but I kind of have like an idea in my mind. I don't know. I feel like I do this all the time where I kind of have an idea and I start and then that idea goes out the window because it ends up being something completely different, but we're just going to try this anyway. I think I am also going to kind of pull this yellow up towards my brow here, just to kind of make sure that this color is going to show up when I'm done with my look here. So it's not the most pigmented yellow, but like with other Juvias Place palettes, it seemed to be very buildable. And it kind of reminds me of the yellow in the Zulu palette, to be honest, and I quite like that yellow. And I also like that it's a very warm toned yellow. I feel like this is pretty flattering on probably a lot of skin tones, so I like this shadow. So this yellow has taken quite a while to build up, but I feel like I've gotten it to the intensity where I'm happy with it now. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into the green shadow, and I'm going to basically take this and put this a bit lower down in the first part of my crease, basically same spot where I put down the yellow. So I will say that the green shadow seems to be a little bit looser packed into the pan here. I didn't have a lot of kick up with the yellow, but I definitely have more kick up with the green here. So I feel like this might even end up being more pigmented. So like I said, I'm basically just going to put that in the same spot as I put the yellow, but just lower down here. And I'm just going to gently blend that into the yellow here. And I'm probably going to end up doing a cut crease with this. I don't usually do cut creases in my first impressions, but having to swatch these shimmers, like I can already tell you that they are the same shimmer formula that Juvias Place always has, so it's not like it's a first impression per se, because I feel like the formula is the same. So I definitely think that I should be able to do a cut crease here and not have to question how the shimmers would lay on top of the mattes if I didn't, because I feel like that would be super intense and super foiled and easily be able to fake a cut crease if you wanted to. But I kind of have a look in mind, like I said, and I feel like I'm just gonna have to do a cut crease with the look that I want to do. So I'm gonna take this a little bit further out than I have the yellow here, because I basically wanted the yellow to be the transition shade to the green. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the blue shadow and I'm going to put that on the outer part of my lid here, and then I'm going to deepen that up with the purple, and then I'll probably go in with all of the warm tone shades on the bottom of my eye. So I guess what I'll do next is I'm going to go into this matte blue down here. Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna first go into the purple, because I do remember the purple in the Zulu palette being a bit iffy to work with, so I want to make sure that this doesn't get patchy at all. So I'm gonna go in with the purple first, and then I'm going to take the blue to blend out the purple with after. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack this on the outer corner of my eye here. And I'm gonna make sure that I don't bring this too far up. I just want this to be like the deepening shade that I have on the outer corner. And I'm gonna have room for the blue to blend this out with on top of that. And I'm also gonna go ahead and just wrap this down to my lower lash line, I think, just ever so slightly on the outer part of my eye here. I don't want a lot of this, I just want this to kind of continue around. And this purple, I love the tone of that. I mean, that's basically my hair color, even though my hair color is a little bit faded right now, but that was my hair color when it was freshly dyed. And I really like the tone of that, that's beautiful. So I don't know how I feel about like the transition parts here, but we're gonna just see what happens when I go in with the rest of the shadows here. So I'm next gonna go into the blue matte, and I'm really happy with how that purple performed actually, because that looks so beautiful. So I'm gonna basically place that like above the purple and also blend it into the green. So there's definitely some color theory going on here, because I don't want to mix the wrong colors in together. Oh, I really like that blue. Ooh, that's beautiful. But yeah, sometimes you gotta be a little bit careful when you're working with a lot of colorful mattes, so that you know that they're not going to get muddy when you mix them together, because it is kind of like painting a painting, you know, even though I don't really paint, but color theory still applies to doing your eye makeup. So I don't know if I want to bring this down to my lower lash line as well. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to gently kind of make sure that everything's blended together here now, and you can see that all of the shadows on my top lid work really beautifully together. And I'm so happy that Juvias Place came out with something colorful again. I've missed working with Juvias Place shadows, and obviously having a, you know, review channel, it's really hard to get back to older palettes sometimes, with so many new things coming out all the time and so many fun things to play with. I feel like I've kind of neglected my Juvias Place palettes a little bit, which is kind of sad, but this just makes me so happy, because it just reminds me how much I love the Juvias Place formula, because it's just so easy to work with. And I actually do have a whole Juvias Place playlist if you guys want to see more Juvias Place videos, because I've done a lot of them. So I will link that up there if you want to go check out more Juvias Place videos. But I think I've done, you know, videos with pretty much every palette, except for the ones I don't own, which are all of the neutral palettes. But man, these are blending in so beautifully. So what we have left now is we have 3 mattes left, and we have 2 of the shimmers, obviously, because there's only 2 shimmers. So basically we have the warm tone mattes left. So we have the pink, we have the kind of red, and then the, how would I explain this? It's almost like a brick red, I suppose. So I guess how I'll do this is I'll just kind of do it by order. So I'm first going to take this brick red, and I'm going to put that kind of on the outer part here, just a little bit lower down above that purple, to kind of use that to blend out the purple with, and then I'll move into the red shade and then finish off with the pink right in the inner corner of my eye. So I'm first going to start by taking that brick red shade, and like I said, I'm going to use this to kind of blend out that purple on the outer part of my eye, and this should also blend in really nicely to those kind of purple and blue that I have up here. So this is showing up on the eye a lot more, just like a raspberry color, which is absolutely stunning. And I should be able to separate kind of where, you know, the colors meet on the outer part here. If I end up doing a little bit of a wing, I'll be able to kind of draw a line in between so that you can easily see the difference. So I think I like how that is looking. Is that even on both sides? It might not be even on both sides, but it doesn't matter. I'm next gonna go into the orange shade, which is, I'm not going to pronounce that because I suck at these kind of names. I mean, these are hard for me because I don't know where the names originate from, and so I don't want to, you know, pretend like I know how to pronounce because I don't. So I'm gonna take that orange shade now and I'm gonna basically put that like in the middle of my lower lash line here. Just kind of smudge that right in the middle. And then just to finish up, I'm gonna take the pink shade, which is called Fanti, or yeah, there can't be that many different ways to pronounce that. And then we'll figure out what to do with the shimmers afterwards. I didn't really think that through, did I? I probably should have thought that through a little bit better. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a cut crease and basically just put both of them on my lid. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up with my lower lash line, and then I'm gonna do a cut crease, and then we can pursue. So the cut crease is done. I feel like it's pretty obvious what I'm about to do next. So I'm first going to go into the darkest of the blue shimmers, this one right here. And I'm going to put that basically on the middle of my lid, just kind of fading it out into that purple. And then I'm going to also use the lighter of the blue shades, which is this one. And just to finish up the look and put that on the inner part of my lid. So I'm first going to go into the Congo shade, which is the darkest, the kind of oceany blue shade. This is so beautiful. I am gonna go ahead and spray this though, just to make sure it's as intense and boiled as I want it to be. And I'm just going to put that in the middle here, like I said. That is such a beautiful shadow. Oh, I love me a good blue shimmer. Such a sucker for that. And I'm gonna go ahead and just fade that into the purple. I am gonna go in with a bit more purple to kind of layer on top of this again after, because I don't want this blue to be touching the blue on the outer part here. Like, I want to make sure that they are in two different spots. And then for the last shimmer, I'm going to go into this one right here, which I also cannot pronounce. And I'm going to put that basically on the rest of my lid here, which there's not a lot of space left, but I'm going to put this where I don't have any shadow. And I feel like I probably could have flipped these two if I wanted to as well, and put this in the middle and put the other blue like in the inner part. Maybe that's what I should have done. I am also probably going to bring in something for like my inner corner shade, because I don't feel like there's anything that's light enough for me to use as an inner corner shade. And it's funny, I was saying to some friends how I feel like this to me is like the perfect travel palette, because since I really don't ever do neutral eye looks, like this would be such a good companion palette to travel with along with something else, because I would have basics. And it's kind of crazy because I don't really have any rainbow palettes. Like, with as much as I like color, I don't really have any rainbow palettes that have like all the rainbow mattes. I don't know. I'm just more drawn towards, you know, like interesting color story that kind of focuses more on like one or two or possibly three colors. But when it comes to rainbow palettes, I rarely ever buy them. So for me to have something like this, I feel like it's something that was actually sort of lacking in my collection, which is crazy with the amount of eyeshadows that I have. So I'm gonna go back into that purple now, and I just want to make sure that I bring this back a little bit, because I felt like I lost a bit of this while I was working with the other shadows. So I'm gonna try to just layer this like on top, and I know that the blue is going to disappear a little bit as well, but that's totally fine. And I really like how that purple is layering on top of that blue. That's almost creating a bit of a duochrome effect here. So maybe I'll pull this in a little bit more over that blue, and then go in with a bit more blue and bring the blue in a little bit extra, because I really like the effect that that gives. And I also really like this purple. I feel like this purple is performing so well. Like, I feel like this purple here is better than the purple in the Zulu palette. So I'm gonna take a tiny bit more of this shadow right here, and like I said, I just want to layer this a little bit more, because I felt like it got a bit lost. So I have hair on my brush, don't do that. So I'm gonna put that like right here. Just put this a little bit closer to my inner corner. And just layer this a little bit on top of that purple again. I love the gradient that that gives. That is so pretty. And I think to finish off, I'm gonna dip into my inner corner palette here, because I need something light. So I'm gonna take this shadow right here, which is Arctic Fox from Cleona Cosmetics, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that in my inner corner. Obviously you don't have to do that if you wanted to, you know, recreate anything similar to this, but anything light is going to work. Even just like a dab of like a white highlighter would be beautiful, but I just need a little bit of something extra because I feel like it's not complete until I have like an inner corner highlight. So I'm not going to go ahead and spray this or anything. I'm just going to dab a little bit of this just like right in my inner corner here. And I think just to tie everything in together a bit more, I'm going to take Punch by Colourpop, which is a yellow eyeliner. And I'm going to put that in my waterline because I feel like if I just tie that yellow in here with my lower part of my eye, everything's just going to make a little bit more sense. So I'm going to do that, put on some eyeliner mascara, and pick out a lipstick, probably some kind of a nude. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I'll be back when the finished look is complete. Okay, so here's the look all complete. I didn't want to go with a nude lipstick. I did go with Mother by Kat Von D because I just felt like it would be the perfect color. Plus, I just really like the formula too, and I also did put Punch in my waterline. I'm really happy about this look. This could be one of the favorite looks that I've done in a very long time. I felt like everything performed really nicely, and honestly, I'm going to do something I never really do, and I'm going to call this a review because I feel very confident in saying that this is the same formula that all of the other Juvias Place palettes that I have and love are, because it performs the same way. I mean, everything is just, I love it. I think it's great. I have nothing to complain about. Also, like, can we just take a look at the packaging? Like, this is beautiful. I don't know how I didn't mention that in the beginning of the video, but this is so pretty. And I'm just so happy that they finally came out with a colorful palette again. I've really missed working with the Juvias Place palettes, and to have like something new and exciting from Juvias Place makes me so happy. I'm so happy I bought this. I'm so happy they came out with this. This is literally me in a palette. I absolutely love this. I have nothing to complain about. I even like that there are only 2 blue shimmers. I don't know, there's something about that. I like this color story a lot, and it inspires me. I'm definitely going to do more looks with this palette, but this is going to be my, review on this palette, but I will definitely do more looks with this, so keep an eye out for that, and that's going to be it for today's video. If you want to see some more Juvias Place videos, you can either click on this one or maybe this one, and if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.